And g'day guys and welcome. My name's Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder Curse of the Crimson Throne, 2nd edition Pathfinder, mind you. We are joined today by our lovely and delightful Patreons who support the channel, help me keep the lights on, and get to enjoy this amazing game. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Yeah, it's so good to see all of you guys. We are shy 2 of our beloved players, of course, Ire, Janasi, and Marcus the GM. We wish you all the best. We hope to see you back soon. But everyone else, it is so good to have you here. Now, I believe everything's working. Mally's thing looks like it's spazzing out a little bit. No, yep.
Let me tweak a couple things.
Okay, very well. But other than that, yes, yay! First of all, guys, let's take a quick moment to thank the people who bring you the lovely and amazing game you can see in front of you. And that is, of course, our sponsors for the show. Guys, we would not be here without these people. These are amazing people that help keep supporting us, keeping the lights on, and allow us to do all the cool things that we do. Starting with none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks you can see on the screen here. Hero Forge allows you to bring to life many heroes using their amazing and wonderful bit of kit, as well as having them 3D printed for your use at home, which these models are absolutely amazing. Available in color plastic, premium plastic for those of you who enjoy painting, and of course 2D standees, which honestly freaking tops. Hey, Pfeffers, good to see you, my friend. How are you? I hope you're well. Ladies and gentlemen, please go and send some love to the way of our dear friend, Sir Pfeffers. Wonderful horror RPG GM, role player, content creator, and all-around wicked Viking. You were playing Pathfinder? Yay, where's my invite? It's fine. I love you anyway. Anyway, our second sponsor of the day. Oh, did we lose someone? Who did we lose from chat? Was it me?
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it was a placeholder.
1 moment while I fix.
I just slipped off my chair, that's all.
Oh yeah, fair. Oh, you actually did? Oh, okay, never mind.
No, not at all.
Very well. Yep, there we go. Ha! You want to get the 3D printed one more time? Okay, there we go. Here you go. Boom! There's the little 3D printed Daggerino. There he is. Look at him. Little 3D print dag. I wish I could get it to focus, but it won't. Oh, there we go. Yay! 3D printed dag. This is one of my favorite ones. Always keep it on my desk. But yeah. Then, of course, we have Sirenscape for the wonderful sound effects that you can hear over the course of today's session. Sound effects such as the sound of different bards from the Book of Ebon Tides. Look at them all. We're surrounded by bards. So many different bards. Everything's so cheerful and dramatic. Although that does really only sound like one bard. Can we get a second bard? Any point in time? Nope, just the one. Okay, that's okay. But either way, he's a different bard to the other bard that we had. This bard is Bill. But Bill angers me. So I'm going to take out my sword and I'm going to kill Bill. Alright, Bill is now dead. These sound effects and many more are available to you guys at the touch of a fingertip through Sirenscape. So go and check it out in their massive, robust library. And lastly, our VTT of choice, Fantasy Grounds, because it does all the heavy lifting for me, so I don't have to. Hurrah! Also, I can see in chat, first of all, a massive shout out and thank you to our dear, wonderful, and amazing series of people who have started us off on the hype train. Rycon, thank you so much for the resubscription. Careful Cantrip, how many children do we have? Quick maths. We have, what's 9 divided by 28? That's like 3 and a bit. We have 3 and a 1 month. Yay! We then, of course, thank Sir Pfeffer for the resub, and of course, Schooly Eye for dropping in our 5 community sub bomb. Thank you so much. Please enjoy your new subs. Penny Potato, Melville, Senhouse, About 42 Asian, and Killer Maverick. Thank you so much for bringing these people into the Dead Aussie Gamer Crypt. And McClover for the 1,000 bitty bits. You bloody beautiful legend, you. Thank you so much. And a big shout out. You know what? Let's actually do a shout out. Big shout out for CCCEO Raina Ray. Good to see you. Welcome. Good morning. You're having a nap. You well-deserved nap, I think. Careful, cantrip. Boom. There we go. Good to see you all. So happy to have you. And yeah. There we go. All right, now that we've done our sponsors, let's, of course, check out the amazing cast of characters that are going to be playing today, starting with our rooting, tooting, wizard, blast, shooting, Patrick, played by our dear friend Twiff.
Hey everybody, I am playing Patrick, who is a spell shot gunslinger. He got into this mess when he was framed for murder by Gadron Lamb, got kicked out of school, got his revenge, met up with these guys, freed the city from plague, on our quest to deal with the fact that the queen is apparently immortal and possessed by an evil dragon, and currently find ourselves, I believe, in a bath with a dead mobster who mistook Patrick for his old boyfriend.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's freaking nailing the head. All right. And before we get into our next person, let's give a warm welcome to the raid that we just got in from our dear friends over at Dork Tales. G'day, guys. How are you, my dear friends? Welcome to the crypt. For the we're just doing character introductions right now. We've just done Padraig, who is our spellcasting gunslinger, who very, very eloquently described our situation, which is, of course, in the middle of a bathhouse with a dead mobster and a lot of very angry-looking half-orcs. But, of course, we're going to go through and... What's that?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's where we're at. And then, of course, we have the rest of our introductions to go through. But yes, I wanted to just take a moment to say welcome in. My name is Markham, Dead as a Gamer. We're playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Yeah, enjoy. All right. Next up, of course, on our list of amazing characters, we have Holly, the fairy cleric of Asmodeus, played by the one and only amazing Malakisa.
Hello. So I play Holly, who is a fairy rogue. Well, she was a fairy rogue, and she was a noble and decided that she didn't want to get married off because that's what happens to noble women. And she ran off and wound up in Korvosa. And in the process of trying to save some orphans from the plague, she wound up selling her soul to Asmodeus and becoming a cleric of Asmodeus to save the orphans, which she did succeed in doing. And now she's trying to learn her place because it's not like the books told her, and it's a little confusing. And now she's slowly sliding towards evil, and it's not really her nature. And she's just confused and trying to work stuff out.
You're muted, Dak.
I was gonna say, slowly or rolling. I mean, careening would be another word, but it's fine. But yes,
Gambling wholeheartedly.
tumbling, skipping.
Yeah.
But yes, indeed. Our next character is Quinn, our investigator, but she and the player Aya Janasi will not be here for the day for the game today. But instead, we will move swiftly on to Dante, our kitsune druid, who is played by the amazing Rykon.
Hello, guys. I am Rykon playing Dante, the Kitsune Druid. Traveling to... What was it again? Karamaga? No, that's where we're at. Trying to get to... Cinderlands. That's what it was.
That's the right. Yep, you are heading indeed to the Cinderlands in order to speak with the tribe of the Shoanti warriors to learn about the secrets of an ancient and long-dead draconic tyrant. But you have stopped off at the city of strangers known as Kayamaga in order for some rest and respite before heading out into the wilds. Guys, we have yet another raid. What is going on this morning? Guys, welcome in. Nikki Nerds Out, thank you so much for coming and joining in. My name is Mike, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. We're about to kick off our game of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. If you have any questions, sit back, relax, unwind, chill out, and we will do our best to make you and your community feel as welcome as possible. Thank you for bringing everyone here. Tell us about your game. What were you doing? I know you're playing Pathfinder, but and Dork Tales as well. What were you guys up to? Tell us all the things. And Fef, you as well. Tell us about your Pathfinder game. Tell us all the stuff. Okay. Thank you very much, Dante. Next up, of course, we have Agnes, our psychic medium, who, of course, is also here and played by our wonderful and amazing Laura Bones.
Well, hello. Yes, indeed. I play Agnes, who is psychic, although it doesn't really seem to keep her out of trouble. One would think being a psychic might, warn her when bad shit's about to go down, but no, it does not. But she's doing her best to save a city for her daughter, and yes, she just helps you remember she's doing it for her daughter. So it's become a mantra now. Doing it for my daughter. That's why I'm here.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons with the thing, do it for her. Ah, I love that. That's so wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, unfortunately, again, sir, not appearing in this film, is none other than the wonderful and amazing Marcus, the GM, who plays Mercutio, the Skelly Boy champion, who has been potentially disowned by his god. We don't know. Things are
Yeah, just a little weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little strange. All right. Now, the last thing that we have to go over before we kick off with today's game. Now, guys, again, just because we had people joining in during the intros. Padrig, spellcasting gunslinger. Holly, fairy cleric of Asmodeus, the god of evil and devils and whatnot. Dante, our kitsune druid, and Agnes, our psychic medium, is of course currently in Kayamaga, which is a city filled with complete strangers, dangers that lurk around every corner. The city is called a city of strangers because all the buildings that are here are part of an ancient kingdom that was once here, and no one really owns anything. You don't have houses. I mean, people set up shops, but they also tear them down, and they travel in and out of the city quite frequently, so much so that it is very rare for you to come back to the city and find the same people over and over again. It's rare. I mean, it happens, but, it is still quite rare. Our heroes are trying to free their city, known as Korvosa, from the clutches of an evil queen. But in order to do so, they have to learn about an ancient artifact built from the bones of a long-dead draconic tyrant known as I keep saying Kel'Thuzad, and I'm like, I left World of Warcraft behind so long ago, but it's still in my brain. Khazavron, that's the one. Khazavron. And yeah, they're trying to find out more about that. But the last thing we have to announce before we kick off with the session today is, of course, we have one last person to thank, and that is you behind the GM screen. No, wait, that's wrong. Let me try that again. You guys, thank you for joining us behind your screens, because you guys are the lifeblood of our channel. You help us keep going. You help us get inspired to continue these stories and these tales. And we want to invite you behind the GM screen to influence the game while we play. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points, which you can use at any given time in order to shove things into my player's favor or complicate matters. You can see there down at the bottom of your chat bar, there is the DAG dollar use, which can be used for insight bonuses if my players get stuck. You can use inspiration to inspire a player of your choice. You can do a Harrow reading where I will draw a card from the dreaded deck of Harrow, and it will come with a future that you the audience member, can design an encounter that I will incorporate into the game. Yeah, look at the Harrow cards. Yay! But for those of you with a little bit more disposable income and who want to help Dag on his journey to Gen Con, which is the fundraiser we're currently working on at the moment, there are a number of rewards that are listed in the chat there. Just exclamation GM, and they show up. So for $5, you can award a red mark to a player or a purple mark to me. Red marks are hero points that can be used to stave off death, petition the GM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, roll with advantage, or give a... no, because it's a second edition. Only roll with advantage. There you go. Or you can donate a jinx point to me, which is used to counter hero points, make an enemy roll with advantage, or complicate matters and shift things in a bad way. $10, I will draw from one of two decks, either the heroic action deck to give my party a heroic action, which is cool and fun, often quite powerful, like Aura of Protection. Play this card after casting a spell. You surround yourself with an aura of residual magic, gaining resistance to all damage equal to your level, equal to the level of the spell you just cast. So stuff like that you just get as a one-off power. Alternatively, if you feel like being a bit chaotic, we have, of course, our plot twist deck, where I will draw plot twists and allow you guys to pick one of 3 that I will draw from the deck, and we'll try to weave that plot twist into the session. So yeah, that's basically it. For $20, you can give someone the coveted golden natural 20, because why roll a natural 20 when you could just have one? For $50 dues, you can increase the difficulty of a challenge, making a minion into a boss into a super boss, and a super boss into a, oh god, what we do? Why is this happening again? Oh god, it's got Mercutio. Oh god, he's gone, he's dead, they ate him. So there you go. If, however, you don't feel sadistic, you can provide a magic item to a player of your choice. This can be a homebrew item, a custom item that is worth a value depending on their level, or you can work on set pieces. I'm not sure. Whose set pieces are we working on at the moment? Was it still Holly's?
Yeah, I'm missing one piece.
One more piece of Holly's set, which is a set of the Shadow of Anko, the Dark Phase set. So there you go. There's that too. And lastly, we have the secret menu item. The secret menu item is the $100 massive boost, which comes with a huge thank you, because it's donations like that that really kick our ass into gear and allow us to do all this cool stuff. But for the secret menu item for today, we only mentioned it at the start of the show, and that is all. The secret menu item for the day, our heroes are currently in the city to try and rest and recuperate and the like, but there is, of course, the other need of trying to raise a force to try and take their city back. Now, Kayamaga is, as I mentioned, a city of strangers, but I will allow whoever donates the $100 secret menu item to create a faction within the city. This will create a story arc that our heroes will be able to do either before they leave the city or on their way back to Korvosa, where they will try to recruit and bring into the fold an entire faction of your design. So you get to pick the leader, we'll pick some notable character character people, we'll also throw in a whole bunch of really cool little bits and bobs to make them worthwhile as fighters and the like. Yeah, it could be a whole bunch of skeletons, could be a whole bunch of werewolves, whatever tickles your fancy. That is what we are offering for the secret menu item. There you go. All right. Okay, I think we're good. Shall we begin, everyone? Woo.
Yep.
Good
Let's
to
go.
go.
Sorry, I was all typing.
All right. Well, without any further ado, one moment. There we go. All right. When last we left our heroes, things were not looking great. They had managed to make their way into Kayamaga, the destination that they had before entering the Cinderlands to speak with the Shoanti tribes on the matter of the evil, dreaded Kazavron. But in order to gain some rest and respite, our heroes made their way to a place known as the Rubdown along the southern reaches of Kayamaga. There, enjoying the public bathhouse and sauna, our heroes were approached by this gentleman, an orcish man by the name of Angarad Granger. who had mistakenly, thanks to one of our plot twists, identified Padrig as potentially a former lover. It turns out, after the quick misunderstanding, that Angarag was more than happy to lend a hand and to offer hospitality to the new visitors to Kayamaga. After all, what is a stranger if not a friend you haven't made just yet? But no sooner than your very pleasant conversation had ended, a terrible tragedy ensues. A blade pierces Angarad from behind, unseen, and Angarad falls into the bathwater, staining it bright crimson. It is this point when his half-orc minions rush into the sauna in order to see their boss laying dead. No one else within the building, and just the 6 of our heroes. The orcs draw out their weapons. Oi! They killed the boss!
Dante would have quickly attempted to do what he could to see if he could save them.
Alright. Now, healing works a little differently in my world, and I do this only for dramatic purposes. Now, when you cast your healing, you may absolutely use that healing in order to restore hit points. Angarad is, however, dying. He is not dead. You have reached him in time because that is the first thing you've done. However, he will not regain consciousness because it is not just hit points that he has suffered damage from. In order to save him from this fatal wound, you will need to perform surgery in order to try and mend some of his torn up organs. These are not healed by the curing of magic and spells like this, as you would need something like regeneration to restore those destroyed vital organs.
We're too low of a level for that.
Yeah, you're a little low. But if you want to, as you rush into the water, wading across to where he is, you pull him out and drag him onto the lip of the bath and begin to cast your healing. The wound itself and all the superfluous damage starts to mend, but you realize quickly he needs a little more. If you would like, you could try the medicine check, but that is entirely up to you.
Yes.
As a cleric and a healer, is there anything I can do to assist Dante in this task?
It is a surgery, so it is the same. It is the exact same check that Dante would be making. If you are just sort of passing Dante materials like medical kits and stuff like that, I will give a +2 bonus to Dante while he is working.
There you go, Dante, +2 for me.
All right. That's if Dante's
So
doing
that will
it.
give. Yep, definitely going for it.
Wow. Jesus. Okay, yeah, with a 34. Okay. All right. Well, we still got a little bit of...
Remember, I dedicated to medics.
I did forget that, honestly. All right. So, very impressive. You have begun to perform surgery. However, this is going to take you at least the better part of another 15 minutes. But the orcs are not just going to let you root around in their boss, having believed that you were the agents of their boss's demise. So they begin to encroach, moving in, yelling, "Get away from him!"
Whoa, look, no, right, it wasn't us that did it, okay? Look, do you see any weapons upon our person?
Yeah, just
Or
stand up
anything,
completely
for that
buck
matter?
naked.
Very good point. You do not have weapons on you. As they sort of move to rush at you, they look you up and down. Make a diplomacy check as you are trying to convince them, and you will get a +4 bonus on this one.
All right, +4.
Who's rolling? Both of us or Agnes or who?
I'll let both of you do it. I think you're both contributing more or less in a way. Yeah, there you go.
All right, great. Yeah.
Wow. Still got 24 though, but still.
You still got better than me. 4.
All right.
Diplomacy's Agnes's thing.
All right. So, as you manage to both succeed, the orcs kind of stop. They realize you don't have weapons. They don't lower their weapons, but demand to know what happened. What happened here?
Hey,
I don't know. We were just sitting here, and all of a sudden, a sword went through him, and he fell over.
our
There's
friend here is
someone-
trying their best to save
Yeah.
him. He's very good. Let him do it if you want any chance of your boss surviving. At least let him continue his work.
All right. You have talked down the orcs, and they certainly will allow they will allow for the surgery to continue. Dante, your hands now covered in blood as you are doing your best to stitch and like basically work through the process. This is not easy, but thankfully you have the masterfully skilled hands of a medic and a vet, because you know you're druid. Now, as you are working, however, I need everyone except for Dante and Holly to make me a perception check.
That's the next thing. It's like, where is it? Who is it?
Okay.
Did I miss sense any magic being used? At all?
You
Like, or
didn't
would you
use
sense
detect
magic or
magic
not?
at the time.
No, okay.
If you use it now and cast your gaze around, you do not sense any magic.
Yeah, he was. I thought he was shot.
Hmm.
Well, more like there were well, now that you're inspecting it, you can definitely see it's a stab wound, but there was no what's the word? There was no gunshot noise or anything like that, was there?
No, I don't
Yeah.
think there was.
Yeah, it was just more like a explosion out the
Okay.
front.
I was just wondering because Marcus pulled up a highlight of if it was a shot or not.
Yes. Well, maybe it was a shot. That's fine. Either way. I mean, it's the same thing, so I mean.
Yeah, there's a big ass wound. Being
Big
dealt
ass
with.
wound.
Quick question. Dante, is the sword still in there?
Oh, did I miss it?
No, there is not.
Okay, so invisible sword and invisible assassin. Great.
As I'm working on him, does it look like it was clean in and out, or does it look like it was yanked in a certain way?
Super clean in and out, and it struck a lot of idols. All right.
Okay.
Chat, could I get chat to type in exclamation D6, please? And as we do so, before we kick off any further, I'd like to give a big warm thank you to our dear friend McClover for the $40 donation. We have a heroic action for each of our lovely players. Guys, heroic actions. And you know what? Just because we have one for everyone, I will let you decide who gets which one. And it'll be first come, first serve. Alright, here we go. First one here. Endure the onslaught. Give a creature you can see resistance to all damage. At your current level, you will give them resistance 10. And the resistance will last for 1 round. Any calls? Nope. Okay. Then we have...
I will say I do have a heroic action still.
That's okay. Don't forget you can keep them up until the end of the game. So you can also, it's also encouraged you to
Okay.
use it. All right.
Yeah,
Next
that
up.
Can I
feels like
can I
something that should
drop
be
the
for
one I
Mark.
have to take the new one?
Sorry?
Can I drop the one I have to take a new one?
Well, you can keep both until the end of the game, then you can drop the old one. Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Also, this is for you 4 specifically. Okay.
Okay.
So, that was Endure the Onslaught. Next up is Shoot Through. When you make a ranged attack, if your path goes through another creature's spot, the target is flat-footed and you get a free attack against them. They do not get any cover if they are trying to hide behind anything.
That sounds like
Sounds like
something
a
that's good for
shooter.
me.
Yeah,
What?
definitely, Patrick.
Okay, Shoot Through, Patrick. That is what you end up getting.
All right.
Next up, we have Tumble past. After you end your movement adjacent to a creature who is larger than you, you do not trigger any reactions as you move into, through, or around their position.
Definitely Holly.
Pretty much everything's
There's,
bigger than
there's,
Holly.
yeah, exactly.
Fair,
I
fair.
say
Everyone.
it's back.
Did you want that, Holly?
I mean, I usually stay in the back. I don't know that that would be useful for me.
Well,
Okay, no,
that
that's true.
is
You're not a rogue anymore.
All right, fair, fair. And last but not least, stay in the fight. Play at the start of a turn when you or an ally is undergoing an incapacitation effect. You simply switch that effect off. You're no longer
Ooh, that
incapacitated.
one.
Sorry, was that
Hmm.
Dante?
Yeah, I think that would actually be pretty useful for me.
All right, Dante, you'll take stay in the fight. So that just leaves endure the onslaught and tumble past for the two of you.
What was Henry the Onslaught again? I'm not following
That
the
was
consensus.
you play at any time. You give resistance 10 to someone for 1 turn.
Okay, I'll take that one.
All right, Agnes will take that one, and Holly will give you tumble past. All right, done and done. And then we have, of course, a massive donation from our dear friend Schooly Eye, who is going to give us a plot twist. 1, 2, 3. The path least traveled. Path least traveled. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but we'll try. A nat 20 for Holly. And the last of Holly's gear set. Oh, no. Oh, no, sorry.
It's a high-low roll.
High-low roll. Sorry. Right. Okay, so high-low roll. Okay, so Holly. Holly. Let's give you that nat 20. And there we go. Boop, boop. All right, high-low roll. Well, let's roll that percentage and see. That is a low roll. Low roll is
Oh,
a boss buff. Can I even buff this guy? What level are you
I
guys?
bet you could.
You guys are level...
We're nodding.
You guys are level 9. Okay. I mean, okay, bear with me. I have to try. Everyone buy some time.
I'm currently fixing someone, so
So just kind of looking around for invisible assassins. I don't see anyone.
I don't see any invisible assassins. Are there any, like, suspicious wet footprints leading away from the scene of the crime?
Looking around, you do see some strange and suspicious footprints. It appears to be almost... It's not human. Let's say that. Aha, perfect. Okay. The footprints appear to be almost like insectoid in nature.
Agnes quickly runs through any insectoid species.
Well, yeah.
She's aware of.
Make a nature check.
Is that for both of us? Because we're doing this together.
Sure. I don't mind that.
All right. Would this be kind of considered a recall knowledge for nature?
Sure.
That was my thing, nature, to be fair.
Just because I've got a thing. That's a
yeah, because you
23.
in your actions.
Well, I've got a ability called dubious knowledge that I've had for a while that
Oh,
basically
yeah.
just says, if I fail, I still know something, but I also know just bullshit too, and I'm not sure which is which.
All right.
If
Well-
I fail, but don't critically fail. If I do succeed, then I succeed. But
All right. Well, according to our D6 rolls from before, let's see. Padrig, you are the lovely recipient of this. Let's see. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a bathhouse map, so you guys are going to use the map here. And you don't see this creature, but Padrig, you managed to identify it based on its footprint. what you identify is a praying mantis footprint.
Well, that doesn't seem good for us. But I will call this information out and whatever I know about these creatures to let people know. And
As soon as you
Consi-
open your mouth and attempt to let loose your first word, all of a sudden, from nowhere,
The shiny demon. Sorry.
a large spike impales you in the chest.
ouch.
Oh,
Something to remember, we're not wearing our armor.
For 19 points of damage. Now, as you are stabbed in the chest, you see blood dribbling down what looks to be the praying mantis arm that has now run you through. But there is no sign of the creature behind you. You just hear this clicking sound and these antennas twitching as this giant praying mantis is invisible. It pulls out the claw and blood pools on the front of your shirt as we fly into this battle. You have not yet
What
shared
shirt?
your dubious knowledge?
Yeah, I was going to let people know that there was a praying mantis, but being stabbed by one, I don't know if that clued anyone out. In.
Well, they can't see it. All of a sudden, they just see the same thing they saw with Angarad. They just saw you suddenly appear with a wound, quite a vicious wound in your body.
Yep.
playing fight.
So,
Agnes
awesome.
was like,
Now
"Oh,
I'm
it's fine."
I'm wandering around a bathhouse naked and now bleeding.
All right.
And nothing to
I'm
use.
trying to decide if this is better or worse than being in a flaming picnic basket.
At least the flaming picnic basket has a defense.
You're not wrong. All right. So, as
Awesome.
you have been stabbed, Patrick, this is, however, not the end of it. So originally, by the way, this was supposed to be an invisible stalker. The boss buff has transformed it from an invisible stalker to an invisible deadly mantis.
Oh, great. So we've
Thanks,
gone
Chad.
beyond the invisible stalker.
Yeah, because I thought, how hilarious would it be if someone fed a potion of greater invisibility to this thing and then dumped it into this room. All right. Now you do have some of the orcs who are going to be helping you, but our initiative order goes the Deadly Mantis, Dante, Holly, Padrig, and Agnes. Chat, could I get an exclamation D6 from you to determine who is going to get attacked by the Deadly Mantis next?
Oh no.
McClover, thank you so much for the $15 tip, my friend. You have bought my lunch today. Much appreciated. All right. We got a 6, a 3, another 6. Oh, no. Okay, so we have Dante. Me, I do, Zenhouse. I'm the one. It was me. I did it. All right. Okay, well, it looks like he's going for Dante.
Oh,
You watch as the mantis crawls across the floor towards Dante. With another one of its legs, this being its second attack, it is going to sweep and try to stab Dante. It does so. Now this will interrupt your surgery, as you take 21 damage and become grappled by the creature. Holly, you watch as Dante is stabbed around the side, and you watch as because you guys aren't wearing armor, you just watch as these tiny perforations appear on his body before he is lifted into the air. Holly, any reaction?
I'm just sort of confused and horrified and have no idea what's going on because this was all very sudden.
Indeed. How would Holly express this?
What is that?
It's a giant invisible praying mantis. Watch out for it. Ow.
All right, beautiful, love it. All right, but that is its 3 actions. 1 action to stab Padrig, 1 to move across to Dante, and the second to grab onto Dante. Which brings us to our druidic captor, or captive, should I say. Dante.
Well, it's a good thing, even though I don't have the armor, the AC is not that bad. Jeez, what the heck am I gonna do? Oh yeah, your
You've
campaigns
got
we don't
time
really
to
need to have
bleed,
a
Dante.
focus.
You gotta keep doing that surgery.
Blood transfusion.
Yeah, there you go. Well, do. The question is if I can actually do this while it has me grappled still.
That is an excellent
Sanctuary.
question. Also, while we're waiting for those decisions, McClover has donated a hero point to Padrig, Holly, and Dante. Thank you so much, you bloody legend, you.
Thank you. But no, that's why I'm asking is with Sanctuary. That's why I'm asking if I can actually still do it, even though it already has me grappled.
Yes, because it would need to maintain the grapple.
Okay. Then I will cast Sanctuary on myself. Which makes it so that each time it now attacks, it needs to make a will save. And since I am not doing a hostile action, it's not going to end. However, I will use... there it is. Heal on myself. Heal myself with my last action.
All right, very well. A bubble of yellow energy erupts around you, and you begin to heal your wounds. They have healed a little bit, but you can kind of tell the mantis from the glowing shield that is now around you is still quite strong and is trying to burst it like a bubble. But before that, we go to Holly.
Okay, can I see anything that's going on?
You see Dante hovering above the ground.
That's all I can see.
Yeah, and blood. Lots of blood.
Lots of blood. Okay.
The thing is you can attempt to aim where you think it is.
Yeah, I don't think I have a spell that's gonna work for this, though.
Dude, it's not anything like the equivalent of fairy fire that you got.
Nope.
Kind of a fairy are you, Holly?
Sorry, I wanted to
Wow.
fly.
Just go like shake your wings at it. Shake
I
your
just
wings
wanted to
really
fly,
hard.
Yeah, because can I cast a target spell if I can't see the target?
Mm-mm.
That's what I thought. Okay, I am gonna heal Padrig because I can't think of anything else to do.
All right.
That is fair.
Are you going to be using it as a touch spell, or are you going to be using it as a long range one?
A long range. He's within 30 feet, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
You could also 3 action just AoE heal since this thing hasn't been technically
It's true.
hurt.
Could that Okay. Yeah, if that.
'Cause that would affect both me and Patrick.
Sure.
Okay.
Got no problem with that.
All right. I shall cast heal.
Sorry, ignore that. Very well. All right. Drop your healing into chat, and then we'll heal the others.
Should I drop it on the people or in chat?
Into chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say they could at least just drop it on Patrick and I just heal them out. That is. Oh, yeah, that's healing.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Yeah, that looks really good. That is full health. Oh, there we go. 1 and 2. Done and done.
Sweet.
Okay, everyone is fully restored thanks to the power of the devil Asmodeus. Long may his evil reign and the devils that he spew forth bring suffering and misery to the world around them. Praise be. All right. Patrick, you're up next.
All right, so I feel much better. I'm still wet and naked, but I will no longer be unarmed because I will use call gun to make my gun teleport into my hand. Shoot. And I will summon a bullet because I don't need to have ammo either. Load and shoot where I think the thing is.
All right, you may make your attack. Drop it in there. The invisibility is all already kind of made in. Guys, dude,
right.
Schoolie, thank you so much for unlocking the secret menu item. I don't know if you're unlocking the secret menu item or doing other things, but let me know in chat. But yep, all right. Your gun explodes as you launch your attack. That'll potentially hit. That will hit.
Nice.
All right. Unfortunately, that was on the miss chance and not on the actual hit, so there is no crit on that. But your bullet does find purchase and hit the creature. Deal your damage.
Alrighty.
As
so
blood
it's not-
spews forth from the creature's body.
Not as much as usual because we got no fulminating shot, but still
Yeah,
got
24
was
damage.
almost full
Nothing to sneeze at.
24 damage.
A spray of this kind of almost translucent green ichor falls from its wound as it... I don't know how.
I don't suppose there's like a bloody, like, wandering hole or anything.
No, not quite.
Well, you know.
Look, just be
Let's
grateful
try.
I didn't turn Dante invisible.
Yep.
Okay, that is your actions as we move to Agnes.
Okay, so Agnes reaches into her trusty bag of holding down by her side, and she retrieves from her bag 2 bottles of ink from her writing set. She then proceeds to uncork the bottles of ink and throw the ink just randomly at and around Dante. Just ink. We might as well add ink to the water and bloody mess, but it might land on the creature. Do you know what I mean? So she's just splashing that ink around behind Dante.
All right. So what is your goal here? You're trying to
Splash
distract
the
it?
invisible thing with ink.
Cover-
make it
cover in
visible.
ink.
I don't know whether if the ink touches it, if it becomes invisible, fair dues, then I know something. But basically, I'm just trying to like cover it in something that people will be able to see.
Okay, I'm
like
gonna
moving
treat it.
blotches or something.
Okay, rather than doing it through the water, I'm gonna say that you can just throw the ink bottle itself, and if that works, then we'll treat it like a splash weapon. So make a ranged attack for me, if you would.
Okay. Range.
All right. Now, courtesy of our dear friend Schoolie,
Under combat.
who has ordered the secret menu item, the group will have a faction that they will have an entire story arc to recruit for their war back in Korvosa. This will be either a band of mercenaries or a thieves guild.
I
Take
should've
your
put it
pick.
on it, sorry.
And do your vote. And
on.
yeah.
That was my bad. I didn't drop it on it. Do that again. That's a good roll as well. Right.
That's a miss.
All right. Unfortunate. Do you want to use a hero point?
Yeah, so that's why I was just kind of like trying to just throw the ink around so a little bit might land on it and it'll just at least be a blotch.
Hmm.
If not cover the whole thing.
Well, you only need
need
to roll the d20. You only need to re-roll the d20 for the mischance.
Okay, I'll re-roll that. Yeah.
All right. So you just rolled a straight
Well,
20.
They rolled not on it the first time. The second one was them rolling it on top of them.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm still happy for the 31 to count as the hit. The DC chance is 11, so that will work. This will temporarily disable the invisibility. Now, if it washes that off in any kind of way, or if, again, it splashes or whatever, it will regain its invisibility. But right now, the ink now depicts this darkened, black-looking praying mantis. It looks horrifying. It looks like a dripping ink monster now has Dante.
Agnes just lets
I
out
can
another.
see it.
Ah, regrets. I did not want to see what was happening. All right. The orcs are going to make their way in. Now, the orcs don't do much damage. There's about 6 of them, and they will do 12 points of damage. Oh, sorry, 20 points of damage to the mantis. Now that they can see it, they kind of get around it, and they start whacking on it with their little maces, hitting it on the legs, hitting it in the midsection. The mantis is not happy at that. Chat, could I get you to roll me a d6, please, as we figure out who is going to hit?
But it's still holding me.
Yeah, well, no, it's going to hit you, but it's also trying to defend itself. So it's more like grabbing you for food and swashing and slashing the others as like a means to try and fend itself away from you guys. All right, we have a 4, we have a 4, we have a 5. Nice, that's plenty. Okay, so it is going to direct most of its attention to the orcish guards that are now hitting it on all sides. Now, there is a total of 5 guards here, and each of them only have 30 hit points. So, let's see how they do. 1, 2... And it'll keep you... Oh, no, it'll drop you. I think it'll drop you for sure. All right. 3. All right. 2 of the orcs are suddenly rendered disabled, slashed and cut by the mandibles, leaving another 3 more kind of like still holding up and trying their best to defend. But yeah, the mantis is now surrounded. As we go to Dante, as you fall and hit the ground hard next to the bath, you can see you're not too far away from Angarad. If you wanted to try and continue your surgery, otherwise you're welcome to try and beat the snot out of this thing.
With how much I've done, how long would I'd be able to not be doing something?
Every round is more dangerous than the last. You can do it for sure, but I would say that every round increases the difficulty of that surgery.
Then I am just going to at least do 1 attack and then go over to him.
Sure, not a problem.
Surgery. So the attack, which is going to drop Sanctuary on myself, is going to be...
Do you need to drop Sanctuary? Is it a concentration?
It's because of when I do a hostile action.
Oh, right. Of course. Yep.
I'm gonna do Impaling Spike on it.
All right. As you begin to cast your spell, the ground begins to rumble as these vines covered in thorns start to rise up and strike at the mantis.
Make sure it's actually doing it. There we go.
All right. The mantis manages to evade some of the vines, but not all of them, as the barbs still manage to scratch and carve it. Deal your damage. Nice. 15 points of damage after being halved as your spell goes off. Now this is 2 actions, yes?
Yep. And my
Yo,
last action will be going
move.
back to the surgery.
Right. Sweet as. All right. Easy done. Next up, we go to our fairy cleric. Holly, it is your turn. You now have a target.
I do have a target, and
A very big one.
yeah. So I think we're gonna do the scary spell. Let's rip the spirit out of that target.
All right. What does this do?
All right. You supernaturally rip the spirit from a creature's body, dooming the target to pain and death. The target takes 5d6 negative damage, depending on its basic fortitude save, and is drained 1 if it fails its save.
All right. Drop the saving throw and let's see how this giant mantis does.
All right.
It is a
What?
critical success and takes
No.
no damage.
No. Come on.
So as you reach in to try and pull its spirit out, actually, you know what? Let's go another level here. Let's go another level here.
Oh no.
Okay. One moment.
That doesn't sound good.
All right. Here we go. As Holly begins to cast her magics. Oh, that's not the right music. Hold on. Sorry. My apologies. Sorry. There we go.
Bugs have no souls.
Bugs have no souls.
Apparently not.
Is this the one? Yes, this is the one. Okay. So, as you've reached in, Asmodeus's energies, his unholy aura flowing through your person out and into this giant mantis, attempts to grab onto it. You can almost visualize this demonic hand reaching up and grabbing it by the throat and pulling it, almost like bits of its soul out from its body. However, as this happens, you see 2 bright red mandibles suddenly cut through your magic. As you look on, something pulls you back a little, and I need you to make me a will save. All right, that is unfortunately a failure, but that's okay. It's not going to affect you too greatly.
Okay.
It's flavoring effect.
No, it'll give you a fear aura for like a round. All right. What you see is a incredibly large, almost colossal face of almost a demon mantis staring back at you. It is at this point you realize who and what this entity that is now staring at you is. This is Achikaic, the god of the Red Mantis assassins. One that you have had some dealings with, albeit minor dealings with. But more specifically, Achikaic is the god of assassins, divine punishment, and the Red Mantis themselves. And this creature seems to have been divinely blessed by the Red Mantis god itself. So as you tried to use your divine influence on it, you felt that backlash from it hitting you like a wave.
Holly's just gonna shout out to warn everyone if she can. Guys, this is the Red Mantis Assassin's god we're fighting.
No. Oh, well, yeah, sure.
Or at least one touched by their god.
Yeah.
Yeah, bless, not the actual god, but yeah, okay, fair enough. That might be the walk away. All right, and you are frightened for 1 round.
That seems fair.
I'm sorry, Holly, but I would like to use my reaction of invigorating fear to gain temp HP because a creature within 30 feet of me has been feared.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've gotten frightened condition. It just gives me 9 temp HP.
Sure. It doesn't it doesn't negate the fear?
No. It's just when a creature within 60 feet gains a frightened condition, I am invigorated by the shock or prank of the thrum of terror. And I gain
Jesus.
10 HP equal to the creature's level, or 3, whichever is higher.
Freaking
That's
psycho? Yeah,
horrifying.
right, fine, whatever.
I know. That sounds like something I should have.
It's true. All right. Well, apparently, watching Holly piss her pants suddenly invigorates Dante and makes them stronger, I guess. All right. That was 2 actions to do the soul rip, I believe, yeah?
Yeah, that was 2 actions.
All right, you have 1 more.
I am kind of taken aback by this, and now I'm not really trusting my spells. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my my crossbow.
All right, you pull out your crossbow with your 3rd action, and that will then bring us to Padrig.
All right. Well, now that I have my gun, I can.
You can do the thing.
Yeah, I can do the thing. I'm gonna load it, do a fulminating shot. Let's go with frost damage. I don't know that lightning is gonna be really a good damage to use in a bathhouse. So we'll try some frost. And take a shot, now that I can see the sucker.
All right, that is unfortunately a miss. You do have hero points and your nat 20.
Yeah, I'm going to hero point that.
All right, let's see it. Thank you again to chat for our hero points. It is always a massive, massive boost to have your help with this sort of stuff. All right, the bullet
That's better.
blasts and strikes the creature.
36. All right, and we're doing frost damage here, so that gives us
Nice.
24 points of damage.
All right. 24 points of damage as, again, another hole opens up in its body. It now turns its attention to Padrig as the primary source of its pain and anguish.
Ah, shit.
And I've dropped the thing again, which I will fix in a moment. But as we then go from that to Agnes.
Well, okay, now that you can see this.
Actually, since they're still in the frame, can't you just move their frame?
Whose frame?
What?
Better.
No.
So you'll have to keep rejoining.
Well, no, because the frame's not in the same position as it's captured, so it's fine. Yeah. I mean, I could set it up. But...
Looks like I'm bouncing up and down, that's all. It's amazing.
Yeah. All right. Agnes, what are you doing?
Okay, so now that you can see the creature, and she also has something to aim at. And she realizes, okay, it's an inky creature, but it's alive, it's a living, it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's a god. Either which. She's
both.
going to attempt
Really both.
a phantasmal killer on it.
Ooh, nice. All right. By casting your spell, you create a vision of that which it fears most. And it fails its check.
Okay, so it takes as much damage.
37 points of damage. The creature, as it's sort of like, again, looking around and stuff,
Becomes, frightened.
and it does become frightened, it actually sees a visage of its own god, the Akachek, sort of leaning over and grabbing onto it as it's sort of getting ready to just bite into it. It feels like prey for a moment, and it is shaking in fear.
And then I'm just gonna get a bit distance from this thing. So whatever movement speed is, 30, 25, that much away.
Yep, you move kind of to
from-
the back of the bathhouse and away from where the creature happens to be. All right. All right. With fear somewhat gripping it. Is it doing that thing again? Ah, damn it. Okay. Hold on. Oh, wait, there we go. Is it? Yeah, that's good. Okay. With fear gripping over it, it is going to still turn its attention to Patrick, but now it is afraid. It is going to... Okay, here's what it's going to do. First action, it's going to try and stab Patrick. With a critical hit. For 50 points of damage.
Awesome.
And you are
How does
grabbed.
that enduring onslaught thing work? Is it a reaction, or do I have to like? do it
No,
every
it's
time
just a
you go?
free action. You can do it whenever.
And does that like mitigate damage? You can. Was it?
Yeah. So it'll give him resistance 10. So you will resist 10 points of damage. If Agnes wants to use it, of course.
Yes.
All right,
That's
which is
your
not a
turn
problem.
usage.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Now, it will also
Nice,
use
alright.
rending mandibles.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you're not wearing armor, which is actually advantageous because it's going as it tries to bite you, it would otherwise rip apart your armor. As it takes a chompity chomp out of you. For 20 damage, which thanks to the enduring onslaught, you only take 10 points of damage. And with its final action, out of, again, more fear than anything else, it is going to throw you as hard as it can at one of the walls nearby, which unfortunately you fail to avoid and will take... I need to check on the damage.
Do you want to reflex save that, Patrick? Or re-roll, I should say, not reflex.
You can if you want.
Yeah, I'm beat to crap right now, so I would love to try and not fail that reflex save.
Sure, hero point.
0 point it is.
All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, I've got the
I
following
think
rules
you
up
need
here.
to take a hero point off me as well, actually. 'Cause we only ever have 3 enough. I used one earlier.
Did you?
Yep.
The hell was that?
That was worse somehow.
What's about worse?
All right. Unfortunately, dodging while in midair is very difficult when you are thrown with the force of a torpedo. As you are thrown against the wall, the Pathfinder falling rules, as according to this, when you fall more than 5, but you take bludgeoning damage equal to half the distance you fell when you land.
Okay, so
So that is
I
25
also-
foot.
have Cat's Fall.
Yep.
Your cat-like aerial acrobatics allow you to cushion your falls. Treat falls as 10 feet shorter. Let's see, I am a expert in acrobatics, so treat falls as 25 feet shorter.
Nice. That's exactly what you need. So as they throws you against the wall, you kind of tumble your way around, and you basically land almost like superhero landing, patting yourself as you bend your knees as you hit the wall before tumbling forward and landing upright against the wall. But yeah, you basically soak the that throw. That is impressive. Given that you
I
failed
knew that
the
was going to
check.
come in handy eventually.
All right, you know what? I'm just gonna While we're doing that, Dante, you're up next. I presume you are focusing on the repairs.
Yep. If I can use one action to at least stave him off from further DC problems, I would like to at least try to range heal Patrick.
You only need one action in order to keep working on the surgery, but you can,
Okay.
and so you can use 2 actions to add the healing.
Okay. Then Patrick range heal at 4th level.
Oh, that helps a lot. Thank you.
All right.
Have some good heals.
I feel like Dag is frozen.
No, I'm not frozen.
Okay.
No, they're just trying to fix things.
Okay.
I'm just fixing things.
Okay, so Holly, it's your turn. What do you like to do?
There.
Yeah, essentially. Because last action, Dante just continuing the surgery.
Good. Done. All right. Yes, indeed. Holly, you are up next.
Is the mantis like fully away from Dante at this point? Like, how close are they?
Okay, so its reach, just so that you are aware, is currently... It can hit anyone in this room without moving from where it is.
Oh no, I'm worried about hitting one of my people and still hitting it.
Oh, okay. So let's calculate this. So Padraig is 30 foot away. Dante is about 15 foot away. You are about 10 foot away. Agnes is also 30 foot away.
Okay, good. I only need 10 feet. So I am going to flame strike the mantis. It's got a 10-foot radius, so I'm just going to center that radius on the mantis so it doesn't hit any of my allies.
Nice, love that.
Set it on fire.
Given the mantis is a 20 foot by 20 foot area, yeah, that's fine.
All right.
All right, it takes...
God, bless it.
I mean, at least it hit.
Sure
true.
is that.
All right. 12 points of damage as this beacon of fire hits the mantis.
I like to think of fire raining down on it.
Sure, yeah.
Just, raining down from the sky.
It does indeed.
And since she already had went and grabbed her crossbow, she's going to shoot him.
All right.
She's got one action left.
Sure, make your attack. This is your second attack action, so be sure to take the -5. Was that with the -5?
That was not with a -5. Should I roll again?
That will miss.
It will miss.
Yep.
Can we hero point that?
Sure. Got no problem with that.
Hero point and re-roll. And this time I'll roll it
Don't
correctly.
Yeah,
All right.
don't forget about the -5.
There we go.
All right, that will hit.
Not a lot of damage.
But
All right.
it's damage.
It's some
It-
damage.
Yep, some damage is better than no damage. All right.
All
take
right,
the
that's it for
hero
me.
point. Done and done. Okay. After Holly's onslaught, we then go to Padraig.
Right. Shoot it again. Let's go with lightning this time. Why not? It's a bug. We're gonna see if we can fry the sucker.
All right, let's do it. You fill your fulminating shot with a critical hit. All right,
Sweet.
roll your damage.
$56 points of damage.
Nice. All right. You watch as the creature arcs its neck upwards and screams as smoke begins to pour out of its eyes and mouth from your lightning bolt.
Yeah, it's mad
bullet.
at me again.
Crit card.
Oh yeah, and crit
Oh,
card.
yeah. Good
All right.
card, and it also needs to do a save against my class DC, which is 27, or be stunned 1.
Fort save, I imagine.
I believe so. Let me just double check on that.
41.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
think
fine.
it saves.
All right, pick a number between 1 to
It rolled
5.
off a- It rolled off a 1, 2.
Let's go with 4.
All right. Bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
It's bludgeoning or piercing, whichever hurts it more.
I mean, that's not wrong.
Yeah.
Let's go to
Bludgeon
concussion. You give it a concussion, giving it stupefied 2 for 1 minute.
I'm down with that.
Damn.
Headshot.
All right, very nice. Okay, that's everything. Agnes, you're up next.
Yep.
Creature is not looking great.
Okay, well, let's try and. I just as a quick look around to see, if any of our teammates are still looking injured. I think that heal burst from Dante though killed off Patrick, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Right now,
okay.
none of you are injured, actually, which is sinful as far as I'm concerned.
Gonna fight naked all the
There's-
time, man.
Yeah.
There's the orcs technically that got hurt.
Oh yeah, there are two unconscious orcs.
Okay. Well, Agnes is there. We're more concerned with dealing with this creature, really, to be fair. So Agnes is just gonna, again, throw out her hand. There's a brow furrows, and she throws out a bolt of mental energy at the creature.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right, nice. Your bolt of phase energy fires and strikes.
Pew,
All right, 14 points of damage. As these blasts start hitting it left and right, it is trying its best to survive. All right. The orcs come in and start walloping it for 14 points of damage. It is still up, but not for long. The creature spitting out ichor and blood is going to make another last stand. Chat, can I get you to roll me an exclamation D6, please? Let's see who the unfortunate victim is. All right. 5, 6, 3. 3, 3. All right, Dante. I'm seeing more 3s than anything else.
Oh, Dante.
Well, there's 1 in there.
All
right.
It's fine.
All right, Dante. The first claw is a critical hit for 43 points of damage. I need a number between 1 to 5.
5.
All right. Oh. It gains a +2 bonus to its AC until the end of its next turn.
Jesus.
All right. And it grabs onto you.
Not again.
All right. It's going to then use its rending mandibles to try and pull you apart. As it opens its jaws and hits. For 21 damage.
Oh, things are still good.
And with its last action, it is once again going to try and hit you with the mandibles. Which is another hit.
The chances of managing to hit on the last attack.
It's true. Wait, did I do that right? Hold on. Yeah, no, I did do the multi-attack 3. Dang. Okay, never mind. All right. Yep, that is 25 points of damage. Dante, it is tearing you apart.
Ow.
But that is all it does as it goes to your turn. You also notice that it is using Dante as a human shield.
Well, I don't like that it's using me as human shield, and we're going to double check to see how this works. Yeah, I'm gonna just lightning bolt it in the face.
You are grabbed. How does grab work with spellcasting? Bear with me for 2 seconds while I very quickly...
It is somatic and verbal, but it just says outwards from a hand.
You do
Well,
need to
your
make a
hand.
DC 5 flat check, so roll a d20. Yeah, you're fine. Okay, cool. Carry on.
Well, now it's gonna be the fun part of reflex saving it.
It fails its reflex save. All right, Dante, describe how you land the killing blow.
Well, as it's attacking me, I'm just going to, as it goes to try and effectively finish me off because I'm only at 9 health. I'm going to just outstretch my hand and put it up against its face and just unleash the lightning.
All right, as it does so, its eyes glow brightly, lightning crackles around the room, and eventually it falls backwards, sizzling and burning and dead. And you have slain the deadly mantis.
Well, back to surgery.
All right. Completing the surgery is not difficult. Do any of the others wish to try and aid the two half-orcs who are...
No, I'm gonna drop a heal on Dante though.
You move...
There
Okay,
is
very well.
something I can
Sorry.
do.
Okay, sorry. I've been instructed by McBluff that you guys have deserved this.
No.
There you go.
Hey.
All right.
And yeah, and then she will move over and check on the gods and just.
Oh wait, never mind. That requires a minute of casting. I'm not using that yet. I will at least do one point in time. I will do the 3rd level AoE heal.
Sure, not a problem. All right. Between that healing and your medicine, it takes about, like I mentioned, close to an hour before you are done with the surgery. And you hear the groaning sounds of Angarad as he starts to come to. Oh. Well, that wasn't exactly what I was planning for. It looks like I'm going to need another bath in a second.
Oh, but I'm sure you've got a lovely new scar to add to your collection.
Dante, you realize he should not get into a bath with the wounds he currently has.
Yes, and not to mention, he can take the minute to cast the soothing spring, and then anyone that's harmed can just bask in it for the next hour.
Ah, you fill one of the pools with healing water, and he goes, "Ah, brilliant!" and he jumps in. Um, the orcs look at you, and they seem to be quite grateful. Angarag says, We might have gotten off on a relatively strange foot here. After all, you somewhat looking like my previous ex was not exactly the most promising of introductions, but you people, you're all right. Do you have a name for yourselves?
A group name or just individual names?
Well,
God,
yeah, I
we
mean
have
like a group name. Like, do you go by anything?
We've gone by the Night Watch back in Korvosa.
The Night Watch of Korvosa. Well, Night Watch of Korvosa, consider the Green Fang Alliance to be in your debt. If you need anything, you have but to ask, and if we have people to spare, they'll be at your disposal.
We'll definitely keep that in mind. Really going to depend on what happens up north in the Cinderlands, but we'll be making our way back through here, hopefully.
That does remind me, in fact. You mentioned you were going to the Cinderlands. Well, just so happens that I might have just the thing for you guys. Now, in addition to your picnic basket that is driven by two giant bears, you originally had horses pulling your picnic basket. However, we are going to play the plot twist card, the path
Bears.
least traveled.
Ooh.
And with the card, the path least traveled is the most unlikely way of transportation. You now have a very strange creature, which I will need to look up, because I remember what it looks like, but I don't remember what it's called. But effectively, it is a... Actually, you know what? Let me just have a quick Google. May as well try. No. No. No, no, no. Maybe if I try this one. Also no. Okay. Effectively, what it looks like is it does look a little bit like a mix between like a bison and a moose.
That sounds terrifying.
It is.
A
Oh wait,
moose
no, this
with
is it.
extra muscles.
Oh no,
That's
I
what
got it.
everybody
What's
needs.
what book are you from? You are from Bestiary 3, which I have. Okay, hold on. It is... Oh, I have it. Yay. There we go. This is the creature which you are given. Let's give you two of them. So you have two of these creatures here.
What's gonna happen to the bears?
The bears are driving. They're in the driver's seat. They have the reins.
Oh.
They've never been pulling your wagon. They've been driving the wagon.
Did you think the bears were pulling the wagon?
Yes.
Up until now, we've just had a pair of like knock-kneed donkeys or something, we can just
Yep.
give them a nice little home somewhere and
Yeah,
know.
basically.
give them a donkey shelter. Somebody can adopt a donkey.
Yeah, that's it. But Ness, now you have these very, very large bulls called Yazobu. Also, by the way, before we say that Dag was incorrect about the description, just by the by, Yazobu actually originally looked like this in Pathfinder First Edition, which was the image that I was kind of imagining.
Oh yeah, they've got the moosey feet. Yeah.
Yeah. So they kind of looked like moose, bison type big things.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. Pathfinder Second Edition, they clearly changed their appearance a little bit, which is fine. I think they look cool like this as well. So now they're basically golden bulls with bright crimson hair. And yes, he provides you with 2 of them. They are super tough too. How tough are they?
And use them
Toughest
as a
5
battering
tough
ram.
things on the toughest day of their lives.
Let's see. They have a strong and pungent aura. They have a pretty decent charge and gore attack. And they are very, very resistant to badlands and desert environments.
Mm.
They've also gotten a whole article on how they are aggressive nuisances. They force species out of their native homes by just being super aggressive and being a pain. They are sadistic by nature, which is why orcs and hobgoblins tend to use them. But chat, you guys will get to name the 2 horses. So let's you guys can type in some suggestions for names in chat.
And our druid can tame them, teach them some manners.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. Okay. With your 2 newfound companions now strapped firmly to the top of your basket, our heroes prepare to leave the city after having done their shopping and gathered all the stuff that they need to. They now need to head into the Cinderlands.
Oh, wait, did I not forget somebody?
Nope, you've got everyone you need.
All right, okay, fine.
We'll figure out what happened to Merc. We'll figure out what happened to Merc later. Mercutio, of course, having gone to speak with the temple of Iomade. Yeah, we'll find out what happens, next time. But we still got a little bit of time for this
Before
game.
we leave, just as an aside, I just want to say that Agnes would like to visit the Temple of Desna, and just, she hasn't been there for a while. She's really sorry. She's been sedentary, but she's on the travels again now. Guess it never really left her blood.
Roll a percentage for me.
Kind of thing. Oh. Meh. Unless law's good too.
No, it is not. Unfortunately, there is not much in the way of any signs that that Desna is offering you any clemency or anything like that. But nonetheless,
It's more just a rekindling, as she's kind of like, she never forgot about her, but she never paid her as much attention once she settled in with her daughter into the city.
Yeah.
So she's,
yeah, I can see that. All right.
more of a comfort thing for Agnes than anything else.
Leaving the city of strangers behind. You move.
Did we finish our shopping stuff?
You will have finished your shopping. Yes.
Okay.
And then left everything behind
Yep.
because you're fools. No. It's fine. All right. You complete your shopping and continue your journey. Now, you are aware that you are chasing after one of the Shoanti tribes. Now, I do not recall, and this is just because of my own memory, if you are after the Skoan-Kwa, which is the Skull Clan.
One moment, I
in
have it
order
somewhere on here.
Sorry?
Yeah,
have it on here.
the Skull
yeah,
Clan in the
Skull Kwa.
Mindspun Mountains. Skull Clan in
Yeah,
Mindstone
okay, good.
Mountains.
So that is over this direction. The reason I ask is just because it's whether or not you wanted to get in with those guys first. Okay. So your new Yazoba mounts allow you to travel quite quickly. But it is about 3 days travel before eventually the heat, the sound of the buzzards overhead become all you recall as you come into the shadows of the mind-spun mountain. Now, from here, the Cinderlands over the next few days prove to be a grueling experience. Wind and sand pelt your caravan, and thankfully your new mount seems to be unbothered by this. You, however, not so much. Especially Dante, with your fur, are quite uncomfortable. Even in your human form, the heat is not something you're accustomed to at this quite intense level.
Yeah.
All right. Now, as you begin to make your way through, I need a perception check from everyone. All right. Dante, you see some vultures circling up ahead, a little bit off the road that you are traveling on. Is your journey, you can decide to go and have a look at it, or you can pass it by if you would like to.
I'll let others know on if what I see and see if they want to check it out or not.
I mean, I'm always for investigating the mystery.
All right. You make your way to the kind of north a little bit, until eventually you come to where the buzzards are circling. As you approach, the buzzards clear off, revealing a stake in the ground. As you approach the stake, it appears that there is a severed human head mounted on the spike as a gruesome display with a sharp wooden pole that's been jammed into the ground. Its jaw held open as it is cleft between a rock, so the head hangs almost like like a flag on the side of a building. Bright red crossbow bolts driven into the eyes. And just that desiccating foul stench of rot hanging over the head, which you
It
now
seems
identify
like
from the tattoos as a Shoanti man.
Can we tell what tribe they're from?
You can make a knowledge local check.
Okay, what would I roll for that?
That is a society check.
Society. Okay.
Can we all roll that?
Yes, anyone who wishes to may do so.
28.
I like Zaldi and Beatty for our Minotaur, for our characters. Can I have someone volunteer to write those down and keep track? For the Yozobu?
Zaldi and Betty.
Zaldi and Betty, yep. All right, very nice. Okay, unfortunately, most of you do not know much about this. Holly, why are you rolling with advantage?
That wasn't with advantage, was it?
I got 2 results from you.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. I only rolled it once, I swear.
Oh, that's okay. All right, Holly and Agnes. Now, here's what you know. By examining the head, you could tell that this Shoanti likely was a member of the Squanqua, which is the Skull Clan. You also know that this is something of a urban legend in the region. That there is a ghost, a vengeful spirit, who represents the people who have been killed by the members of the Shoanti tribes, a man known only as the Cinderlander, who specifically and unrepentantly hunts Shoanti tribesmen, leaving fetishes like this around as a warning for the Shoanti to never to know that their lands are as in danger as those that they attack. Rumors persist that he was once a sheriff in a town that no longer exists, and they say that his vengeance continues until the number of Shoanti that he kills is equal to those of the lives taken by his friends and family when the tribesmen destroyed their town all those years ago. His calling card are the 2 crossbow bolts and this, again, fetish head thing.
So he's like a Cinderland Punisher.
Yeah, basically.
Holly's gonna drop back a little bit and kind of whisper it to Padraig because she doesn't think that this is the right person to ask about the location of the Shoanti tribe.
Well, I mean, he's not around, right? There's just this head here.
Yeah, correct.
So we'll just have to be on the watch. I don't think we want to meet this person. Especially since we're trying to beat with the Shoanti.
Ooh, but I mean,
Well,
we're not
just
actually them. So
one extra thing to just be worried about.
All right.
I'm not sure if there's anything we should do about this. Like,
You do recall
Shoanti like
you do recall that the Shoanti. Remember when Thousand Bones came to the city? He wanted to recover the body so that it can be buried properly on their lands. This person is from the same tribe as Thousand Bones, who they have a very strong and very intimate relationship with death. So even if you brought the head back, it makes a world of difference.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say then we should probably gather what bits of him we can and return him to his tribe.
That's
Easy
probably a
enough
good
to
idea.
do. We
Yeah.
we do have a few new bags of holding.
Well, we can use one for severed heads.
Exactly.
Let's get the one that's lined in rubber. It's easy to clean.
All right.
Now, things don't rot in the pocket dimensions.
I will note that these past couple days, Dante has been preparing create water.
Okay. Sure. Not a problem.
For 2 casts so that we have 4 gallons of water usable.
Sure. You continue heading towards the Mindspun Mountains. as you do so, you start to see what look to be a series of cairnstones placed very intricately around in the areas. And as you travel, these stones become more and more frequent. Eventually, you arrive at probably the largest one you've seen in some time. And you realize you've been followed for a little while now. And as you approach the large cairnstone, you are suddenly surrounded by what appears to be a group of Shoanti warriors. Woo! 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 As they begin to hoot and holler at one another. They leap up onto the rocky stones and crags, and drawing out their bows, begin to aim at you, yelling in Shoanti a series of demands or questions. You're not sure.
Well, I'm gonna speak Shoanti, so
Very well. You trespass on these lands. They do not belong to you. Turn back and return the way you came, if you value your life. Oh wait, no, they have a word for it. Return from whence you came. They call you. Yeah. Damn it, there was a really good word for it too. I'll find it and I'll let you guys know.
So, anyway, Agnes will kind of like, hold her hands out to the side non-threateningly or whatever. And just back in Shoanti, just say, after the, obviously, Korvosa and I'm assuming slur?
Kind of. It's
Or-
like,
Yeah.
I mean, the closest equivalent I could think of is like when someone calls you a gringo.
Okay. Yeah, so she'll just say, we are making no claim upon these lands. And yes, while I do bear the stench of Korvosa upon me, I am no Korvosan. We seek the wisdom of your people.
They say, here we go. It's Chamek. That's what they call you guys. I will spell it. Chamek. All right. We know that you do not come to incur on our lands. If you had, you would be dead already. It is the only reason we allow you to turn and return to where you came from. The wisdom of our people. Your kind has never been interested in learning our ways, only killing. We will not heed you, even though you are clearly from the Wandering Tribe. You do not travel with your kind. And we cannot trust you. Chamek. At this point, you do also recall that you are friends with Thousand Bones, who is their shaman.
Yeah.
Yep, just as a
I was gonna
point of...
ask Agnes to mention that.
Sure.
Nudge does because I can't speak to him.
Yeah. We seek the knowledge of 1,000 bones. He knows of us.
They look back and forth.
Plus, the danger that we seek knowledge upon, I do not think is only ours.
He kind of lowers his bow a little bit.
So
I am Chief One Life, and this is my camp. You will stay here until Thousand Bones arrives. If he knows you, then you will be permitted your audience. But if you are lying to us, we will scatter your bones on the rocks.
She looks around at like all of the warriors and just kind of says, and just kind of nods her head. That is fair.
Patrick will ask Agnes to let them know that we encountered one of their
Yes.
fellow tribesmen in our way here, and we brought the bones of him that we could back to offer back to his people. We took all that we could find. We're sorry that he is not whole, but at least some part of him is back with you.
I guess we'll just translate as Patrick speaks, kind of thing.
All right. Do you reveal the head?
Yeah, we'll reveal that.
All right. You suddenly hear the mournful wailing of the tribesmen as the head is presented. They immediately look upon it and say, This is the work of Devil Chamek. This is my youngest son. He says a Shoanti curse. Basically, you know, like a pox on you and your family. May 1,000 goats rape your eye socket. I don't know. You know, like, basically, you know, the full-on tribal fuck you.
Agnes just gasps as tears will start to brim up in her eyes at just the thought of losing a child.
He watches tensions begin to mount as he says, and how do we know that you are not Devil Chamek?
We are the ones who restored Thousand Bone's son's body to him when the necromancer had taken him. If we had ill intentions, why would we bring this back to you? Your bones belong to your people.
You hear some of the others sort of, again, protesting, saying this is a trick, you know, that the chieftain shouldn't listen to them. However, as upset as he is able to see reason. But again, gives you the same dire warning that if this does turn into a trick of some kind, you will not live long enough to see its fulfillment. And he will lead you past the callow mounds deeper into his tribe lands. You find yourself
on our best behavior, okay, everybody?
Oh, absolutely.
Best behavior.
All right. Now, as you arrive at the small village, there's about 75 Shoanti tribesmen here, set up in various yurts made of leathers that have been stretched over this particular area. As you are shown to what is effectively a guest yurt, you are approached by what looks to be a rather fetching young woman who seems to be dressed in shamanistic attire. She announces herself as the shaman known as Ash Dancer. She says her grandmother, the former shaman, was the elder of the tribe, and in her passing of recent days, the duties have fallen to her. She would greet you warmly, but she knows that the tribes would not see fit to welcome Shamek to our village.
I understand, and I'm sorry for your loss.
She thanks you. She says, I've come to retrieve the head, so that it may be laid to rest.
Oh, Patrick. Oh,
Oh, well, yeah. We'll give her the head.
She takes it, and she says a few prayers before shaking a what looks to be a salt staff at the head, and takes it away. There is definitely a mournfulness around the camp, mixed with a certain tension that you could cut easily. Now, the one thing you do notice, in addition to the angry tribesmen, is in the center of the village sits what looks to be a large beast that looks like kind of a mix between a dragon, a lion, and maybe a kind of a... Well, yeah, pretty much a dragon and a lion. Now, I want you to imagine this image without wings, but that is the creature that seems to be lounging in the center of the town. It keeps a weather eye on your yurt in particular. Almost as if it were guarding you.
Do I have any idea what that thing might be?
Knowledge nature, if you would like. Or nature check.
Alrighty. Let's see if we see nature. There's nature. Oh, I'm gonna guess that's gonna be a failure.
Yeah, you do not know much about it. Mostly because without the wings, you can't really truly identify what it is. But just so that I can tell the audience as well, it is a creature known as a dragonet. Not a real dragon, kind of in the same vein as like drakes and stuff like that. Dragon adjacent type creature. Now, it is getting close to evening before Thousand Bones arrives. And as he does, I have some buttons. I'm going to push these buttons. I don't know what they do or how they'll sound. But if they sound like crap, I'm going to just do them myself. All right, here we go.
Friends, seeing you here is a surprise, but it is a welcome one. What brings you this far into the Cinderlands, the home of the Scone Qua? No, I think I know what drives you here. I have worries of my own I see reflected in your eyes. We shall talk of this when the time is right, during the evening's Bone Council fire. For now, rest. I shall arrange a yurt for you, with food and water in abundance. Later, we shall speak of the darkness that looms.
Well, thank him for the yurt and for the hospitality, and speak to him later when the time is right.
Indeed. He also says, I also want to thank you for your help. Gaiken's ashes now rest beneath the cairnstones, as they should. Tell me, did you manage to find and bring to justice the man who was responsible for the death of my son? Or my grandson, actually.
We did encounter him. We
Now,
were not.
Sorry, really
This
quickly.
was Rolf, right?
Yeah. So really quickly to reiterate to everyone, Rolf Lamb was the person who had killed, dismembered, and started to necromance. Not really necromance, but more like flesh golemize. Thousand Bones' grandson. The thing is that it was happening around the same time as they were dealing with the cult of Urgathoa, a massive plague, a vampire, and Rolf kind of had his own agenda. So finding mutual ground, Rolf was set free and allowed to return to whatever he was doing. But you had plans to recapture him. Just in that moment, it was kind of we can't have this fight right now. You go free and give us some information to help us achieve our goals, and we will not capture you now, but we will come after you later. And that was an
Well,
agreeable
and
thing.
if I recall, we were also bleeding heavily from gaping wounds from a trap.
Well, as I was saying, you know, like you weren't in a great position to do
Right.
battle, but whether or not you want to tell Thousand Bones this, lie to him, etc., 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 that's, you know, entirely up to you. But this is for just for the audience who may not have been there around for that episode. But yes,
Yeah.
Rolf Lamb, evil bastard who was chopping up body parts and sticking them together Frankenstein style. The group encountered him the first time in his lair. He wasn't there. They managed to kill his assistant. Then they found him later on in a cult of the god of disease and stuff like that. He was helping them as a surgeon. But, you know, he was kind of almost like a prisoner as well. Like, he couldn't really fight back against the church. So when the group came in, he saw his opportunity to get the hell out of Dodge while some heroes came in and cleaned the guys up. So, yeah, right now he's still at large in the city, but, you know, that's all you know. You don't know where, how, or why, or even if he left the city when last you considered him.
So Patrick, I don't want to lie to him. I'll let him know that he slipped through our fingers while we were gravely injured and unable to apprehend him, but we are still on his trail and we'll still bring him to justice. Unfortunately, you know, we have to deal with the reason that he believes we're here as well, but we've not forgotten.
He nods in appreciation. He doesn't expect things like that to happen, but it comforts him somewhat to know that you are looking into it. In the meantime, you guys will be basically given a long rest, some food, some water, all the stuff, and you see that the demeanor has somewhat changed since Thousand Bones arrives in the city. He seems to have a certain calming wave that passes from Shoanti tribesman to Shoanti tribesman as he moves past them. They now no longer just treat you as kind of a hostile entity, but more with indifference now, as they feel safer knowing that he is around. We will return next week when we have our full table, as our heroes will undergo a meeting of the Bone Council in order to plead their case and ask for help among the elders of the tribe. But before we pan away, deep, deep, deep in the city of Korvosa, once again, we will return to the castle, wherein which an individual dressed in silver armor approaches what looks to be a unassuming hooded figure. So, did you do what needed to be done? Is it dealt with? The hooded figure responds. I'm afraid not yet. The Order is not accustomed to hunting over such vast terrain, and Keamaga was more difficult. We lost one of our best assassins. Well, I don't care what it takes. Be sure it's done. Padrig, as he is now known, cannot return to claim his seat If he destabilizes the nobility against the queen, then this will cause more problems than we are willing to deal with. But understand, if you do not deliver on that which you have been hired, then the queen, nay, the kingdom, will be most displeased. The hooded figure turns, and you can see what looks to be a woman with raven hair and a red streak through it. The red mantis will not fail. We will not rest until he is dealt with. I'll make sure to deal with this matter personally. See that you do. We will not tolerate another failure. And with that, the clandestine meeting is adjourned. And, of course, we will say farewell to our lovely players for the evening. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed today's session. Did you guys have fun?
Please.
Of course. And
Yeah.
apparently I've got a hit out on me now. Awesome.
I mean, technically you always did, you just didn't know.
Yeah.
But yes, you did kill their favorite thing.
Well, that's good.
Oh yeah, that's true, Schoolia. You're right. There was an old thing. It never really got resolved. Maybe we should resolve it. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. What are we gonna do? Who are we gonna go and visit? Let's visit Tabletop Notch. We haven't visited these guys in a while. Boom. Tabletop Notch are currently playing some D&D over on their channel using Tailspire, which is a freaking amazing little bit of kit. So we're going to go and hang out with these individuals. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being a part of today's session. Another special shout out and thank you to everyone who donated to chat, people who subscribed and all that. It means so very much. You guys are fucking legends. Schoolie, we will be in contact about the mercenary group. So do hit me up on Discord, and we'll work on that one as well as coming up with a really great encounter for you guys to meet and deal with these mercenaries. Cool. Well, guys, what am I doing next? Next, I will be back on Wednesday for Careful Cantrip. So come check us out over on Careful Cantrip this Wednesday over on their channel. Cool. Until we meet again. Actually, you know what? Sorry, before that, actually, if you guys get a chance to also go onto Spotify and check out the new fan-made podcast for Careful Cantrip called Trippercast. Yeah, there it is. They do an analysis of each of the episodes that we do. So if you don't have time to catch up on all the fun actions, go check out Trippercast and, get hyped up for our new campaign because it is a lot of fun. All right, guys, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, and until we meet again, from me to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, folks. Also, hi, Britt. Bye, Britt.